This is the speaking mock test of the International English Language Testing System. Test taking place online. The candidate is Yousef Abdullah. The candidate number is 39506. The examiner is Ron Ahmed. And the examiner number is 88902. What's your full name, please?
I am Yousef Abdullah. You can call me Yousef.
Okay, Yousef. Where do you come from?
I am born and raised in Saudi Arabia. My hometown is Al Qasim in the middle region in the country.
So in this first part, I would like to ask you a few general questions about singing song. Did you enjoy singing when you were younger?
Yes, of course, especially in national days. I used to sing uh, in the parties that launched in these days. So yeah, when I was child, I came to singing with my friends.
How often do you sing now?
Well, once a blue moon, only in weddings, I have a chance to sing. But it's too simple. I don't use an instrument to do so, only a voice and some repetition with my uh, friends and who companions me.
Do you have a favorite song you like listening to?
Well, if I had a chance to choose, I would say there was a singer in my hometown who used to sing about my city and compares it with other cities in the country. So this was my preferable song.
How important is singing in your culture?
Well, uh, as I said previously, in national days, this is one symbol of celebrating national days. People come together and one sing, and the other people repeat and uh, sing with him. So it is one of the causes that make people come together.
Okay, that's the end of part one. Now we will continue with part two. For part two, you will have to talk about the topic for 1 to 2 minutes. You have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say. You can make some notes to help you if you wish. So the topic is describe a language other than English that you would like to learn. You should say what the language is, where it is spoken, what you think would be difficult, what would be easy about learning the language, and explain why you'd like to learn it. Okay, now you can start.
Okay. I have had a passion to learn Portuguese language. I think it's a Latin. Its name is a Latin language, and it's spoken by Spain, Portuguese, and other uh, countries in America. Uh, Well, uh, I think I might face uh, challenging problems to retain this language because I have never ever listened to uh, this language and with explanation. But I think the easiest part would be the letters. I think it has letters similar to English language. So I would be familiar with written version of this language. The main reason for choosing this language is it's close to Arab countries. We share some history. So I am uh, uh, very fond of exploring neighbors' countries. So I think when I have uh, this language, I would not have difficulties speaking to people on the streets and ask them about their country, their culture, and
Okay,
everything
thank you.
about them.
That's the end of part two here.
Uh,
So now you tell me, what can people do to learn a second language?
could you repeat?
What can people do to learn a second language?
Well, uh, well, immersing uh, the learner themselves in the language uh, would be the first important action to take. Um, uh, Being close to the language, make it uh, uh, interact with the person's mind. Uh, Eventually, it will become uh, a second nature of him, and he can improve in the four skills like listening, reading, writing, and speaking as well.
Is it popular to learn English in your country?
Yes, of course. Um, in To be uh, a good employee, you should have English proficiency level to get hired by uh, employer. Uh, Apart from that, uh, to gain skills and knowledge, I think the English language uh, is the very important skill and asset to uh, gain knowledge and skill set that needed by the workplaces.
What are the difficulties of learning a new language?
Well, mm, well, I can imagine resources was the main problem. However, uh, it is not nowadays. But uh, if uh, if I am not mistaken, I can guess uh, allocating a time for learning is the most challenging thing to consider. So the main reason for this, we have been uh, immersing ourselves in social media and other things that cannot make the learning uh, so disciplined. So making a good time and regular base time for studying and exploring the new language would be the very crucial uh, uh, factor to to improve in a language, uh, uh, in a goal
Okay.
language.
What's the best way to learn a new language?
Well, as far as I know, the listening skills is the very uh, important thing in this regard. Um, According to some studies, um, acquiring the language uh, is simply through listening. By listening, the person uh, have a repetitive way to gain the same word in a variety of contexts. So by practicing listening on regular basis, the person uh, can gain the language in a, easy way, and uh, it can be deeply uh, understood. So um, yeah. So for instance, there are some apps that uh, designed to fulfill this uh, requirement. So only the person can download this app, and every day or in regular base, uh, he or she should uh, listen and do the practices to make sure that the uh, listening comprehension is acquired, and that would be a very good uh, lesson in uh, yeah, yeah, I think so.
Okay, that's the end of part 3 and the overall mock test. Thank you.